Just going to do a quick video, essentially just showing people how to work on their own cars and show how easy it is. Especially this day and age, it can be quite expensive to go to a garage and pay like £100 an hour labour fees. So all you need is a Halfords toolbox, a jack, and your two hands. Found my locking wheel nut. First things first, I'm going to start with the brakes because that can be quite tricky. The service is a lot easier than brakes, so start with the hard stuff, finish with the easy stuff. Make sure when you're jacking it up, the jacking point starts on there and then get it off the ground. As you can see now the wheels are off, but they've got this lip on. I don't think these have ever been changed. And then if you can just see in there, it might look like there's loads left, but the inside ones where the piston are will wear quicker, so yeah. So next, I'm going to take the caliper off. There's two bolts back here, and I don't think these have been taken off in a long time, so hopefully it's not too much of a pain to get off. I actually forgot how awkward it is to work on radius. I've already injured myself a little bit from hitting my hand off this, but essentially on the fronts you can turn your wheel so this can come out and you can have more access, but because I'm at the rear and the wheels don't turn, it's a nightmare to get in here. So what I've had to do is I've had to get my knuckle extension out and do it that way, otherwise I had just no space at all. Top one out, bottom one to go. That's it. That's all that's holding the caliper in. Two 16mm bolts. Wrong one. Two 16mm bolts. Now the caliper should just pop off. There are still quite a bit left on the brake pads, but I only bought them because I'm putting new discs on, so I'm going to have to change these anyway. What I can do now is I can take these pads out, but before I do that I'm going to try and attack taking this brake disc off, and hopefully it's nice and easy. Oh, quick one. Don't just let this dangle. Just prop it up against something. Brake disc held in by this singular Allen key bolt here. Allen key. Hopefully nice and easy. Oh, perfect. Much better than when you get the ones with the torque bolts, because they usually just round out and that come out nice and easy. So just put that aside, don't lose it. Now that should just come off, but obviously it's not been off in ages, as you can tell, so might need a bit of persistence. I've battered it with absolutely everything I can. Tried heating it, didn't work. Tried putting a bolt through the back. The bolt that I had was terrible. It started to stretch. My next protocol, spare jack I had. Just going to tighten it. Hopefully we'll push it off. I'm not going to lie, that shut me up a little, but that did. It literally was on that much that it bent my jack. That's ridiculous. It came flying off. It is off. I don't know what it was stuck to, but yeah, very happy that that came off. Very. Most of the time it is pretty easy if you take care of your cars. Obviously I do take care of this, I'm not saying I don't, but that hasn't been off in ages, so a sacrificial jack, it'll still save you hundreds of pounds than taking it to a garage. I mean, £100 an hour for 20 quid for a broken jack. It's not like the jack won't work anymore, it's just a bit bent. That is a thing of beauty. Whack it on, put a bolt in place, hold it, and put the pads on. A little bit of copper grease, just so if I come to do it again, or the next person to do it, doesn't have as much of an issue as I had. Just did that to line it up, little bolt. So one of the parts people don't understand when they're doing it, because the calipers have been worn down now, the piston is slightly out. So when I put thicker calipers in, it's not going to fit round on the brake disc. So what I need to do now is I need to push that piston back. You can get a special tool, but a screwdriver will work just fine. And I'll put it in there and I'll lever it back. Sorted. So now pop these out. As you can see, there's quite a lot left on them, but if I'm replacing the disc, then I'm going to replace the pads. So take this clip off. Two new pads. By the way, if you're wondering what that is, that's just something I got to rest the caliper on so it don't dangle. Just put the new pads in, but before I do that, bit of grease around the pads. Yummy. Once the caliper's on, I'm going to put this back in place. Boom. Now that's all back together. Final job. Put the wheel back on. How I like to do it. Legs either side, so you can hold it in place. Always tighten opposites. Let this down a little bit. Get the brake bar out. Same for this side. Let's just get that done, shall we? Done. The only difference was on this wheel, as this, which I've just replaced, essentially it's just a sensor, so when the pads get too low, it'll burn this connection out here, and when the connections burn out, it'll send a signal so you know to change your brake pads. Let's get that tyre back on, yeah? And it's back together. Easy as that. This side was a lot easier, probably because I just did the other side, so I knew what was going on. Always don't forget to tighten the bolts after you've loosened it. Yeah, brake sorted on both sides now, so onto the service. Let's go. So when you're doing a service, take the sump plug out, which is, it's a bit of a reach for me, like, I don't know why it's this far back, a bit awkward. Right. Cracked it. Oh. And then just let that drain. That is some dirty oil. And this gets done every 10,000 miles as well. This is why you should always make sure you do your services, because that running through your engine cannot be good for it. Next thing's next. Pop this off. Then just to make the oil drain a bit nicer, just undo the oil plug. I had to jack up a little bit just to get underneath there. What I'm going to do now, just so the car's flat, is just slowly make sure without crushing it. Yeah, that'll be alright, I think. Perfect. Now that'll just drain away. Now on the BMWs, this is the oil filter here. Unless you've got extreme grip strength, which I haven't, then you need a special tool, so let me show you that. Essentially, it just goes on there, you put a ratchet to it, and then... This is hard to do with one hand. I'll soften it out. Just take that off, I'll try and make a mess. Lovely. As I was saying, because it's a hexagon shape, you can just see it. That's the tool, see on there, Work Pro. Or just type in on Amazon, BMW oil filter extractor tool. Essentially what it does is, it's good for all sorts, and as you tighten it, it'll grip onto it with its fingers and then you can take it off. Very, very handy. So yeah. Oil filter. In the box you'll also get rubber ring and a copper washer. I'll show you what that's for in a second. So take your oil filter, Take your old one out. Get your new one, put it in, just clicks into place. Get your rubber ring, and as you can see on here, there's a rubber ring here. You can see it, you can just see it on there. So you need to take this off, we'll just get a screwdriver, and then put a bit of oil on this, and whack it together. Get a bit of oil, wipe it around the ring. Doesn't matter that there's a bit of old oil, there's still going to be old oil in your engine. You're not going to get rid of every single little bit, so don't worry if you're getting a little bit on your filter and stuff like that. It's not a problem. Make sure it's in the right one, in the right place, and that's ready to go back in now. So let's do that. And when I said before about the copper washer, well, on your oil drain plug, there'll be an old one, so take that off. Get your new one, put it on. Then you're ready to screw that back in. Essentially what that does is copper's not too strong, so what it'll do is as you turn it in, the copper will compress and create a nice seal. So yeah, that's ready to go back in now. So I'll whack that in. So we've emptied the oil, we've changed the oil filter, we've put the drain plug back in. So now the only thing left to do is to fill. This, awkwardly enough, takes 5.2 litres. It's a bit annoying, especially these days. Oil's quite expensive. I think that was the most expensive part. Gonna fill it up. Made a bit of a mess, but just get that wiped off. And then don't forget your filler cap. Sorted, that's the service done. I was going to call it a day, but I think while I'm here, and I'm on the car anyway, what I'm going to do is try and get rid of this massive scuff on my car from someone crashing into me. I can't tell if it's gone through the paint or not. I know my polisher will make it a bit better, I'm not sure how much it'll get rid of, and then I'm going to try and get rid of, obviously I'm not going to get rid of the dent with a polish, but a bit of the colour in there as well. So what I've got is, bought this from Amazon, I think it was like 30 quid or something. It comes with like 3 pads, and then you get the polisher itself and 2 batteries, and then I've got some compound. Obviously you can see that from ages away, it looks terrible, so quickly sort that out and see what it looks after. I'm not a professional polisher by any means, but I think this is a cutting pad, and then you just put loads of compound on, and then just blob it around the area, turn it on, and just go at it. I mean, that's just one pass, and there was a blue mark here, that's gone, and most of this is gone, so hopefully after a few more passes this will get rid of. You can hardly even see where the scratch was. For what took literally 5 minutes, it looks 10 times better, which is mint. Simple, you know. Looks a lot better with the new brake discs. They need wearing in, so I'm just going to take it for a quick test drive. Test the brakes, make sure everything works, and then yeah, job done really. You know, when you've got like a nice day like this as well, it's nice to do. I enjoy doing it, and I mean, labour wise, they'd have probably charged what, an hour per side for brakes, an hour's for service, so 3 hours at probably £80 to £100 per hour plus VAT for labour. So you're talking like £300 extra on what you had to pay. I'd say it's definitely worth it. There's only one more thing to do now. Yeah, just took it for a quick drive. Everything works fine. Park back where it is now. Reset the service lamp. Yeah, I'll just throw on the screen now how much everything costs and how much you can save.